JD talking sports. We are live. Now, I love the picture Company Jace Aaron gave me with the crying Michael Jordan in the logo of the Eagles. They just sent me Nick Sirianni, an asshole Philly fan, threw popcorn at him as he left the field. And then was like, he's fired. But the thing that stuck out to me was the dipshit fan in a Dolphins jersey at a Bucks. Hey, what's up there, Mr. Ramosa catching. Ramos, I'm sorry. Got to get you on a show. You have to come on a show. I want to talk baseball with you. So let's get you on a show. Catching is a lost art. I think you need a good catcher, and I know you have good stuff to talk about. So let's get you on a future show. But I don't get it. Sirianni, Brandon on Company JC, he's one of the guys, huge Eagles fan, but basically bailed in the season. You guys were 10-1, and he says the Cowboys' loss was worse. Dude, you guys were 10-1, lost 6 of 7, got blown out. You got a touchdown to make it 16-9, kick the extra point, but no, you decided to go for 2. And the tush push, what do they call it? And there was another good name for it, which I already forgot what it was called, that the Bucks got underneath them, got a lower gravity. Good afternoon there, Josh. And blocked them there. So they did that. Then they took a yardage off I guess they could have punted it, but decided to go for it. And on a 4th and 5, he threw to the end zone, Hurts. And what was the tush push called? The tush push was called something else. The tush push in Philly. Another name, I forget, tush push in Philly. Yeah, tush push Eagles, but it had another name. Yeah, the tush push, it was something name. Yeah. The brotherly shove. Yes, the brotherly shove was stopped. And they took a point off the board. Then a second time it happened, and they could have got I guess they could have taken the yardage. I forgot what happened, but I watched it happen, and they said, why don't they go for 3 for 3 and screw up again? Not that they screwed up. They just came in so flat. And all they kept showing was the Eagles owner just like with a look on his face of pure shit salad. Like he had a turd sandwich that was sitting there in front of him, just stinking up the whole room. Jeff Lurie, and is he going to be back? Well, Eagle, he's pulled the trigger before. We were talking about Harbaugh. One of the guys on Company J's site yesterday was saying that he feels like he should go to Jacksonville, but Peterson's pretty locked in there, and I don't see that happening. But I think Harbaugh is tied to the Chargers, allegedly, reportedly. And I feel like they have more of a rebuild, and with Justin Herbert, maybe he thinks he can turn it around like that. And I'm not 100% sure he can really do that. I think if the Philly job came open, he should go for it. Like, I don't see Belichick going for the Atlanta job, but in the past, the owner has, I always blank on his name, Arthur Blank, has swung for the fences with Gibbs and Bill Parcells and not got him, but he has gone for it. So Belichick had an interview. I know that Desmond Ridder is not the answer, but Belichick really wants to break Schuler's record. I think he needs 15 wins to break the record for most wins by an NFL coach, and he really wants that. Now, if he goes to Atlanta, that should take about 3 years, maybe 2. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work out, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen on that front. Yeah, and now I love Rob, Aaron, well, Rob especially, and Josh. Josh is not more argumentative as much. Rob likes arguing. I said the Knicks had a bad loss yesterday, 98-94, 16 points, outscored by 9 in the fourth quarter. And Rob said to me, that I said that guys have to step up. And he says, well, I'm expecting guys to do something that isn't in their set of skills or capabilities. That's the exact reason they are called role players. Well, role players had to start somewhere, right? I mean, these guys were the stars of their high school teams or stand out to go to college. And then they had to, they could have had a role that stood out to get them to the NBA. But they all knew how to put the ball in the hoop. For most of them did. And like Quentin Grimes, his senior year at Houston, averaged almost 18 points a game. And McBride, his last 2 games, set a career high Saturday against Memphis with 19, and yesterday had a career high 20. So I went through the whole team because they lost about 26. That's an average, about 25. Let's just say 25 points a game because Brunson has missed the last 2 games. So they lost by 4, outscored by 9 in the fourth quarter. And the reason I brought this up about where you said role players, Grizzlies yesterday had a guy, Vince Williams Jr., a second-year player out of VCU, who last year averaged 2 points per game, 15 games, 1 start. This year he has 30 games played with Grizzlies, 11 starts. This year he's averaging basically about 6.97. Let's just make it 7 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Yesterday he had 24, so he was plus 17. And that's where I talk about guys that, like Grimes has already set career highs 2 games in a row. So I went through every Knick player yesterday. Okay, I went through. And, they lost about 25 from Brunson. Randall came in averaging 24 a game, got 15. So he's 9 below. And Rob is going to say, well, he hurt his ankle. So, if his ankle's that hurt, then maybe he should be on the bench. If he's that hurt and he's limited during the game, but I guess they're saying a limited Randall is better than no Randall, right? I guess that's what we're saying here because there's no one else who's going to be able to replace him on the court. So he's got to hobble around, but he's injured. But he's not so injured that he can't play, but he's limited. But he's not injured, right? Okay, he's limited, but he's still playing the game, right? So 15, so he's not having his normal game. Anunoby came in averaging almost 15 a game. He had 17, so I think I gave him a plus. Did I give him a plus 2? Yes, about a plus 2 right there. Hardenstein came in averaging about 6.87. He was a push. McBride came in averaging about 5 a game, 20. So that's a 15 plus 15 right there, which is great. But the problem is that you lost 9 from Randall. Okay, so DiVincenzo came in averaging about 11 a game, got 15, so 4 over. Congrats. Achua came in averaging 3 a game, got 6, so double. Good. Flynn came in averaging 2.6. Let's just make it 3, 2. So I call that pretty much a push. Hart came in averaging 7 a game. I've seen a lot of games where Hart's not scoring a lot of points. Not a lot of points. 4 yesterday. Grimes came in averaging 7 a game at 8. And yes, so basically everybody came. So the teammates, they were plus 8. Well, actually, if we just go through everybody else on the team and don't count Randall, everybody, the team was a plus 8, but really it was everybody else. Anunoby was plus 3. I had McBride plus. McBride came in averaging, 4.5? Is that what I had him at? So 5. Yeah, 15. Yeah. Yeah, so, McBride came in averaging 5, got 15. I'm off. So plus 7. Let's just say plus 7. He came in 5, got 20. So they plus 7 for the game. Grimes had 1 more than he usually gets. DiVincenzo plus 4. Hey. Achua had minus 3, which is never good. And Flynn was, I put him 3 minus 1, and Hart was minus 3. That's the thing, guys have to step up. And role players, that's the thing. It made me think of, because I had this whole argument that an understudy on a show on Broadway, there's understudies for all the roles. And there are times you're going to have to go on for a lead person. And you could understudy numerous roles. And you're not performing with the people every night. This is a show where the people are used to being on with one person, with a cast member, like a lead per se, every single night. And there's someone who's going to have to step in and get the job done. And I don't like that term role player, because any given night, a guy could get injured and someone is going to have to step up and throw into the starting lineup or get more minutes. And I'm going to expect them to score some points. Even if they're average 3, whatever. Look at Vincent Williams Jr. 7 points a game. Bain's injured now with the ankle out 6 to 8 weeks. You lost Morant for the season. And Vince Williams Jr. is thrown into the starting line, and he puts up 24 points. Grimes stepped up. McBride. Grimes, to me, but McBride, hey, he is taking it and run with it. And that's what I want from guys. I don't know if I answered the article. I don't know if I answered the argument with him, but I can't stand that, they're role players. That's bullshit. You're a professional. Sometimes more is going to be asked of you than your role. So I expect more from you. I want more from you. And that's what I'm saying on that front. Yes, I am preaching. Yes. I mean, he has a